never prayed you before. I have no tongue for it. No one, not even you, will remember if we were good men or bad, why we fought or why we died. No. All that matters is that two stood against many. That's what's important. Our Lord pleases you, Crom. So grant me one request. Grant me revenge.
That's a real humble prayer. Muscleman Arnold Schwarzenegger as Conan the Barbarian, one of 4 new movies we'll be reviewing this week on Sneak Previews. And across the aisle from me, Gene Siskel, film critic of the Chicago Tribune.
And this is Roger Ebert, film critic of the Chicago Sun-Times. Conan the Barbarian is the first of the summer's big new action pictures, a comic book style fantasy, sword fights, with bodybuilder Arnold Schwarzenegger playing the title role, a barbarian angry at the world in general, and James Earl Jones in particular. He's a bad guy in a lot of films. He killed Conan's mother. In an effort to get back at Jones, Conan is joined by an Oriental martial arts expert and by a woman, a very strong, beautiful woman named Valeria, played by Broadway dancer Sandal Bergman. Here, the two men meet her for the first time.
You're not a guard.
Neither are you.
Thieves. Like yourself. Come to climb the tower.
You don't even have a rope. 2 fools who laugh at death. Do you know what horrors lie beyond that wall?
No.
Then you go first.
Eventually, Conan the Barbarian and Valeria, the woman warrior, his equal in spirit, fall in love.
All my life, I've been alone. Many times I faced my death with no one to know. I would look into the huts and the tents of others in the coldest dark, and I would see figures holding each other in the night. I always pass by. You and I, we have warmth. That's so hard to find in this world. Please, let someone else pass by in the night. Let us take the world by the throat and make it give us what we desire.
From humor to a little passion, this film has a lot, I think. Later in the film, all 3 joined forces, and wearing war paint, they raid James Earl Jones's castle where, what else? An orgy is going on. I could have done with a little less music. It sort of softens the appeal of what's going on. However, the appeal of this traditional revenge picture is that it has a good sense of humor, in addition to all of the traditional elements of sword fights, stampeding horses, strong, beautiful men and women fighting for good to triumph over evil. Conan the Barbarian certainly may be predictable, very few surprises, but its funny moments, I think, keep it all fresh. It's lighthearted, enjoyable, and a pretty good summer movie.
Now, on this one, I see the sense of humor. I did not think The Sword and the Sorcerer gave me too much to laugh about, but also in this one, what Conan does that made me like the film and recommend it is it puts Conan and Valeria into the foreground, and also the James Earl Jones character.
Right.
They become people, to a greater degree anyway than in other films like this. They are, I would still like a little more complexity in their development, but we can identify with them. We get to know them a little bit. We think we know how they'll respond to a situation. They are not simply cardboard robots moving from one elaborate set to the next one.
I think that's true. You know, we talked once before about what makes good acting, and we quoted George C. Scott, who talked about the joy of performing quality that an actor can show, how they silently can give off the fact that they know this is fun and they're performing for you. I think Schwarzenegger does this. I think he's aware that his accent sounds totally out of place, even though he's some foreign-born...
But this movie takes place before American accents.
Apparently. And I think that also the woman character, Sandahl Bergman, also senses that she's sort of more than just a good friend. She's going to fight there, too. And I think it has a lot of fun to it in the performance.
You've made me think of something that I didn't really realize I was thinking of while I was watching the film, and that is one of the things I reacted to was the good health and good spirits of Sandahl Bergman and Arnold Schwarzenegger. They are so alive in this film that they bring energy to scenes that otherwise might have been totally routine. And 2 more yes votes for Conan the Barbarian, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sandahl Bergman as mythical heroes from beyond the mists of time. We thought the movie's production and special effects looked great and did justice to the Conan legend.